So, Abba, preach. What are your views on the current dating market? And do you join into the current market or are you out of it?
Okay, I want to say two things. I be watching these videos on YouTube and I'm like, where y'all meet these women? You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not even going to front you. It's not even like a disrespectful. It's like some of these people that be coming on the lives and stuff like that. Just from my personal experience, when I was dating in Los Angeles or when I was dating in Canada, for me, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that extreme. But I also filter out a lot of women who I'm like, this is a waste of time. I could just tell by the pictures you choose and what you like to promote on Instagram that like character is probably not your priority. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if I go on a girl's IG page and just a bunch of thong pinks with her titty popping out and her with like diamond jewels, we don't share the same values. So I'm not gonna mess it. The same way, if I look at some guy and he was standing beside jets and Lambos and hoods up, I'm probably like, that's not the kind of person I want to hang with. Filter out folks based off of your values and how they present themselves. Maybe their Instagram is not an indication of who they are, and that's fair. But if you go really hard to portray something, that tells me something about you. So there's sometimes where I'm watching these videos and I'm just like, Shorty's bugging, but I would have never figured it out because I would have X'd her well before we even get to the spot. You know what I mean?
Damn.
If homegirl's waiting for me to pull up in a Tesla and take her somewhere, she's probably not the girl for me. You mean? Even though I got the money for it, it's not how I would roll in because I'm like, you in it for the wrong reasons. So I don't even mess with people who move different like that. I don't lead with the Tesla. I don't lead with all that stuff. That's not the way I do it. So I wouldn't even attract people who are into that. People look at me like, this man look like you ain't got money. Good, think that. Think that. Because right now I'm coming with game, so either you in or you not. But if you tell me it's because I got this car that you in, then we're not supposed to be vibing. Because already I can already tell your mindset isn't someone I want to be around. Not even to say like I wouldn't even want to smash. Because like, what does it mean when you let somebody who's just after the money inside your home around your private possession? Do you know how many times dudes take back girls from drunk hookups and get robbed afterwards? They get the quick little quaalude, go to sleep, get their whole place robbed. Understand how you attract these people is oftentimes going to lead to the outcomes that you receive.
If you try to attract women with cheese, you're going to end up with rats.
That's a good bar.
Bars.
No, you need to dust off the show. That was a good bar. Listen. I ain't even mad, bro. That was a good bar.
It's a pretty good bar.
Can we just take a second?
Let's take a second. Even I like, goddamn.
Is that yours?
I don't think it is.
No.
It's too good to be mine.
It's too good, right?
No. I'm not going to fake that shit.
Somebody Google it.
Somebody Google that shit because that's not my bar. That is not my bar. I must have heard it already.
But you know what's crazy?
What?
If it was, I also wouldn't be surprised.
But I'm going to be humbled enough to be... No, I can't be my... Nah, I don't think I produced that. I'm going to be humble enough. Google it. It's probably out there.
If you did come up with it, the lock's about to call you.
I don't... I didn't. No, it's not my bar.
What do you mean when someone like that gets jaded and angry and they're just after material possession? They don't have character. Well, that's where things go south very fast. You know, the luxury I have is like, most of my dating experiences are very positive because I try to go for people who are not in it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? If they want to smash, they're there for the right reasons. If they want to hang out or date, they're there for the right reasons. So for me, I avoided a lot of negative stuff because of the fact that I didn't go for people who are into that. You got guys who get robbed. You got dudes who get fleeced for all their money. I'm like, how did that happen? Part of it is also like, who are the people you're choosing? You know, if we come after women and we say, oh yeah, this man left you for this and that reason, why did you pick him? We also have to look at men and say, well, what were you advertising when you try to pull her in? You feel what I'm saying? This is like the prime mistake that dudes who are like virgins or simps or whatever make when they get money is they think, because you give them advice, you're like, yo, listen, work on yourself, and your confidence, work on your physique and things like that. It doesn't mean that once you get it, all of a sudden you're posing shirtless everywhere. It doesn't mean that once you get the money, all of a sudden you got pictures that what these things do, the byproduct of these things is they're supposed to hand you some sense of confidence. You have these accomplishments in life. You can provide certain things, so symbolically they matter. Right. But it doesn't mean that you lead with that, because then it just sounds like other than these things, anything else. It's about how you get there and the work that you have to put in and what kind of character develops. When you get to be the CEO of some company, it's not like you were just some virgin overnight and then you turn into that. There's a lot of hard work that goes into that. It's the byproduct of that success that drives a lot of people too. That's why there's some niggas out there who got no money, but because they got the game that comes from that experience, they can still pull. What do you think about what I said?
It was what it was. You said it all. I mean, there's nothing much to add. It's really that. Yeah. And especially if you're not about that life, and that's what you advertise. And if you're about that life, it's a different thing. It's a different thing. If you have all those possessions, good. But know what, corny line, more money, more problems. It's actually more money, different problems. If you showcase it, It's not more problems. It's definitely different problems. I'm not gonna have the same problems as a homeless person, but I'm gonna have the same problems as someone with money. And if I display it like that, there's money like that, but I can at least back it up. Lawsuits, all those big stars that have money like that, money like that, don't display it. But they do have a special account for all those lawsuits because people know they have money and they don't even display it. Now imagine if you have money and you display it like that. You put yourself in that position. You don't have the money, you fake that you have all that money, but you put yourself in the position of that. Try to attract women with cheese.
You know, this is a matter of character development. And it's not even just about talking to ladies. It's just about doing difficult things in life in general. For me, military wasn't for me. But you know what it was great for? Just developing as a person. That adversity shapes you. I was not used to that environment. It was very weird for me to have to wake up at that time, put on my uniform, make sure my kid is all perfect, have to rush eating. Like, I got habits and shit from the military that I'm never going to let go of. It's just ingrained in me through that experience, and some would even say trauma. Okay?
Well, you let go of the bed at 45. What the fuck is this?
Oh, I'm done. Listen, those whole 6 a.m. runs, we do it for a bit.
I know.
And then after that, I'm like, you think I'm waking up before the sun? Fuck that. Listen.
I know. I
Okay.
did it in the cadets too.
Eating fast,
It was-
I can't stop.
Yeah.
I can't. People are like, well, how'd you finish?
Trauma.
Someone said to me, oh, Abba, I'm sorry, because we were talking, we were having dinner. It's like, oh, Abba, I'm so sorry. I eat slow. I'm like, no, bitch, I eat fast. It's a me problem. I know it's a me problem. I look at my plate and I'm like, where did my food go? Do you understand how fast you have to eat?
You know.
Because you know what it's like when your sergeant screaming at you, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. You rushing through the line to just get what you can eat. I used to stuff like little snacks and shit like that in my pockets and hide them. You're not allowed to take it out of the mess hall. But you already know your boy was
gotta
gonna-
do- you gotta
do.
do.
Yeah, everyone was.
Yeah.
If you look in enough members' pockets, I guarantee you're gonna find crumbs or something. But but all this to say, all that experience in life, it makes you develop as a person. Because like, here's what happens, right? You deal with something difficult, a difficult situation. For example, okay, you get your first paycheck. You've never seen $22,000 in your life. All right? Your mom has supported you forever, but y'all are distant. You're not talking anymore. Your boys want to go out and party. You've never seen this kind of money. You got choices to make now. Where are you going to put that cash? You're going to support the mom that's not talking to you, but she's been at you. You want to go to the boys and party. You're going to split it evenly. You're going to save it in your account. You have to start making harder choices. A man comes up to you and smacks you in your face. Why did he do it? Because he doesn't like Arab folks. Okay? Now you have choices to make. How are you going to respond? You're going to bitch out? You're going to catch him slipping when he's by himself? Or are you going to fight him in front of everybody and potentially take an L and risk it all? You got choices to make. Right? And when you're faced with these choices, that's when your character starts to develop. Because you're literally building your story as you go. As you make these choices, who you become becomes concretized. I don't think that's a word. Cemented. We'll just go with that.
Oh, you just decided to not use concrete but cement?
You already know, bro.
Your choices become asphalt. I ain't mad at it.
I mean, I'm concretized. I don't think is a word.
Doesn't matter. They got. Nigga, how many times do I invent words?
Yeah, that's true.
Come on now. Just say it with your chest.
Okay.
Concretize.
So you know, when we sit here and we talk about this stuff, it's like, understand. That's my advice to young people in general. Like, what do? I feel lost. You're always gonna feel lost because you don't know who you are. How do you want to guide yourself when you don't even know the direction you want to go in or where you're trying to get to? Of course you're gonna feel lost. I was feeling lost at that age too. I felt lost probably till I was 25. You know, and some people feel lost later.
Lucky.
Go ahead.
Lucky.
Right?
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
Man, I was lost till I was maybe 33.
There you go. So when you guys are dealing with this stuff and you're having to make these difficult choices, just know that the only way for you to be, I'm good with who I am. I know me. I know what I like. I know a lot of stuff I don't like. Maybe I'll still learn a few things here and there, but I got a good idea. Okay? But I only know that because I tested my character in difficult situations, and I wanted to see if the values that I claimed to love stood the test of that difficult situation. Was I going to compromise? And if I was, what does that mean about my values? Those are conversations you start having with yourself, right? I know I'll never steal. I've never stolen. I've been offered opportunities, great opportunities to make a lot of money via stealing. But instead of going in for that temptation, I resisted, even though it was right in front of my face. Easy, could have gotten away with it. That's how I knew, all right, that value's set in stone. I'm not going to do wrong by people just because it benefits me. Do you understand those kind of situations I'm talking about? So if you're a young person out there, go seek out adversity, whether it's a new job, new location, living it on your own, all right? Doing things that scare you. Those will define you as a human being. I think that's the kind of gist of it. And then with that, naturally, you'll be able to get comfortable around the opposite sex.
That's it.
Yeah. Let me rephrase that last part. As long as you get comfortable with the opposite sex, you'll have something to present to the opposite sex. Mm-hmm. After that, you got to have integrity enough to say, this is who I am, like me or don't, but this is what I'm about. All right? Because you're just you. You know who you are. You present that to the... Okay? So anyways, that was kind of just like the theory I had. Yeah. Anything you want to say?
No, it makes sense.
All right, let us know what you guys think.